My name's Carla Nevlin, and I'd like to share a story. So, around the time I was 15, I was hanging out with a lot of older friends. By older, I mean like in their 30s, friends of my dad. They all stop out, hang out, stuff like that. One night in particular, we're all hanging out in the garage. We got a TV in there, there's amenities, whatever have you. And one friend that lives probably 6 miles down the way takes the way down the bridge. Now, the bridge is one of my favorite places to be, even though it's changed a lot since I grew up around there. But anyway, this is probably 8 o'clock at night. Comes walking into the garage and goes, "Hey guys, there's Beaver in the middle of the road down by the bridge." And we're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's just in the middle of the road and it's not getting out of the middle of the road." And we're like, "Well, shit, we got to check this out. So we get up and run down, drive down to the bridge, and sure as shit, there's a beaver sitting in the middle of the road, right? And it's got a beaver trap on its toe, right on the pinky toe. It looks like one of the bear traps, but smaller, with the chain coming off of it. And this beaver was big, and I know people like to exaggerate how big something is, but I want to say it's about knee high, about 2 feet, maybe 1.5. Big beaver, real fat, real husky, big tail, and the thing was scared shitless. It didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I go up to it and scurries away, right? And now we got probably like 5 people all looking at it. And my dad decides, well, we got to help it out of the trap. Well, we grab a stick, a sturdy stick, and try to get close enough to it. Well, it wants to go like 3 feet and stop. It hurts, so it stops. Try to keep its distance from us. So we kind of ease in, put our foot right on the chain, and it stops it from going anywhere. And we start fiddling with the trap. And the beaver sees this and stops trying to struggle. It just somehow knows we're trying to get the trap off of it. Because if we wanted to hurt it, we could have ran up and smacked it or something. And I'm guessing it kind of figured that out. So it just sits there patiently. And my dad is being real timid. Like he doesn't want to hurt it or, rile it up or anything like that, or it might scurry at it. And I've had some experiences myself, so has he. I can understand why he was being timid now, but at the time, I didn't understand what a wild animal was like and how vicious it could get. And so he's trying, and he's just kind of pussyfooting about it, just being a little too soft on trying to jimmy that claw up off of the toe. So I'm like, "Hey, give me that stick." I got all kind of huffy about it, and I got like way closer than he was getting, and it just stayed there. It looked like from the side, its eye just locked on me, and I could see that it was just trying to be as still as possible, scared to the stone. So I get real in there, and I jimmy up, and as I'm jimmying up, I see all these little flickers on the side of the road. I'm like, what are they? What are those? It's baby beavers. This is the mama beaver, and it's got all the baby beavers looking, making sure that nothing bad happens. They're all sitting at the wayside. And I pop it up, and finally comes off of the toe, and we pull it away, and it takes like 3-4 seconds for the beaver to kind of, oh, it's off now. So it scurries up and goes down this big old wide trench into the puddle of water and floats off away. Now, this trench, right, and this little pond, this little puddle pond, has a preluding story to like a month or two beforehand. And basically the story goes, there's someone thought there was an alligator or some sort of crocodile or something down at the river or creek, and we're like, well, we gotta see this, right? So one night we decided we're gonna stake out, and our friend owned the cabin right there that has like a dock onto that pond. So again, like 5 or 6 of us decide to go, and my dad gets some old meat and lays it right in that trench where that beaver went down. But this is like a month before, and we just hang out, have a nice quiet time, just waiting for something to happen. There's an alligator or something. And well, people drive by and they see people there, and they think, well, somebody's partying at the cabin and they gotta call the cops because that's not their place and something like that. They've never seen anyone there before, kind of thing. So unbeknownst to us, the cops show up and start asking questions of why we're there. And everyone's like, oh shit, what? You know, cops. Well, after everything was all settled down, one guy had a warrant out, so he ended up having to get taken. But we were trying to explain to the cops that we're just country boys trying to, see if there's an alligator out here because someone's saying they're an alligator. And the cop, to his credit, he was straight-faced this whole time listening to us. But when he went to leave, he turned around and he had that spotlight on that meat for the longest time, and I bet he was calling in and telling them all about these crazy hicks out in the middle of nowhere thinking there's an alligator in Wisconsin. So yeah, but fast forward a month, we find this beaver, we save it, and it turns out that trench was made by the beaver and all the other little scamplings. Yeah, fun memories, huh?